In this video for Astroware project, I'm going to cover unattached items. Unattached items are a new functionality in project that allow you to track item quantities that are not currently, for items that currently aren't on a contract. So you may have a situation where the contractor is currently doing work and you need to be able to track that information. In the past, you may have had to do that in a logbook or a spreadsheet. Astroware project allows you to do what is called an unattached item and track that information directly in AWP. So I want to show you how to do that. The first step is, as a project manager, you're going to step into contract administration. I'm going to connect into the contract that I want to be able to set up an unattached item. In your quick link bar, you'll see an items quick link. And then here on the general tab, you'll see, of course, all of your items for your contract, but then you have a button here, select unattached items. And this is where you have the opportunity to create that item. So on the upper portion of the modal window here, we have the item ID, and this would match up to the particular item that you want to add to the contract. In this case, for our example, I am going to do crushed rock. And it'll give me a listing here of all the different reference items. I've already confirmed which one I want to be able to use. And so the crushed rock that I want is 2016 .99. So I'll select that as the reference item number that I'm going to add. Add a supplemental description. I could add that as well. And then here on the bottom part of the screen, I have different categories that I can add this into. And in this case, I'm going to put that in the group 1 grading. So this will be creating an item in group 1 for crushed rock. I'll hit save here. Okay, you'll note here at the bottom that this is our new item. It's been assigned a line item number. And when you first assign this number, once you've created the unattached item, you'll note that it by default adds the next item number in the list. If it is not a 4000 series, please contact the Astroware project support group and we will help you get the line item number added to the next 4000 series number. You can see in the items information about it, you'll note a couple things: that it doesn't have the bit quantity or a current quantity. This is because there hasn't been one assigned, and also there won't be any pricing that goes along with this until the unattached item has been added to a change order. Otherwise, the unattached item has all the same fields that a regular item would have. So once an unattached item is created, you can now go to the contract progress, and either your inspector or as a project manager, you can go in, create your daily work report, And I'm just going to step through this just a little bit so you can see how you can post quantity against that. So I would create my DWR date, have my entry here. I'm going to go ahead and just hit save. I'll add a contractor on site. I can do a posting. And now when I select my items for my DWR, I will see that I have a unattached item down here. So you can recognize it. In this case, I've got a 12 on here, but you will have to be able to take a look and recognize which item that is. But now I can select that, save, and once it's added here for my posting, and in this case, I'll select Hawkins. I can actually post quantity against that, be able to show that the contractor was on site and doing work. So I can attach that. And the system will track that now with this DWR record. It does give you a little bit of a warning message saying that you've exceeded that, and that's simply because we haven't assigned any quantity to this. Once you're ready to create a change order, and I'll just very briefly show you what that looks like, but I would add a new change order. And I'll add the unattached item to this change order. But I just want to give a little bit of a quick overview for each of the different parts, the major parts of the system that you'll be able to use this in. So an unattached item is considered a new item. So I'm going to go down to a new item, and you can see that we have an unattached items area here. So I can select the unattached item, click on it here, add that to the change order. And now at this point, I would be able to enter in, however much was actually negotiated for that unattached item, set a price for it. And once this change order is actually approved, then when you go to your pay estimate, those DWRs that have been added will be summed up, and that quantity will show up on your pay estimate. So kind of a quick way to go through a handy feature that allows you to go in and track your items that haven't necessarily been added to the contract yet, but to be able to track those quantities, and then once you approve the change order, to allow them to be paid. So again, it's kind of a three-step process. You have the adding of the item to the contract itself. That was back through our contract administration. Then adding the quantities on each of the postings through a DWR entry. And then finally, creating an approved change order when you are ready to do payment. And again, until you actually have an approved change order, there will be no payment on the pay estimate for that.